About 4 minutes before the hour, 72 degrees in downtown Sylacauga. Milton Blakey, Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge 929 joins us this morning. Milton, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good to have you with us on this beautiful Thursday morning. And tell us a little bit about Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge 929.
Okay, Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge number 929 is a over at Odina, in the Odina community, and it's a merger of Coosa Lodge out of Chulisburg and Talladega Springs Lodge. We all merged, and Sylacauga Lodge, used to be old Sylacauga 200. We merged together about 12 years ago or so.
What's the purpose of it?
The purpose of it is we try to help the community in ways, and of course we have started a bass tournament. 6 years ago we started having a bass tournament, and of course we the funds that we raise from that bass tournament, we give scholarships to some of the seniors from the local high schools, Chulisburg, Sylacauga, Fayetteville, Comer, and so that's.
And we talk about those scholarships. The monies raised from the bass tournament last year is very instrumental in providing these scholarship funds.
That's correct, yes, sir. And we were able to raise enough last year that we could have awarded 4 of the scholarships, and we had 3 applicants to submit to us this year. And of course, they all 3 won scholarships. And then through our Grand Lodge, which is in Prattville, Alabama, they were they matched the funds on 2 of them, so we're able to double the amount of the scholarships that we gave those part of those recipients this time.
Milton Blakey, the Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge 929, our guest this morning. We're talking about the scholarships, and you know, we had some of the folks come by our studios, and let's talk about the scholarship and how it works.
Okay. Yes, okay, yeah, that was Jaden Robinson, and she received a $1,000 scholarship, and she's, of course, from what I understand, going into the medical world. And of course, there's Jasmine Morris, and she is in her interview thing that she did. She's in business marketing, and let's see.
She even made you look young.
Oh yes, she did. Business marketing and management information systems is where she's pursuing, and then of course Taylor Pope, and she's going to University of Alabama to be an English teacher, and so she was our 3rd recipient that was not able to be here the morning when we filmed that.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the scholarship program itself is funded by entities that include the bass tournament. You got that bass tournament coming up again this fall.
That's right. We got the bass tournament will be the first Saturday in November, and that's November the 5th. And we launched the bass tournament at Safe Daylight from Beeswax over on Shelby County side of the river, because they have more room there for everybody to launch. And then our check-in time is usually 2 o'clock that afternoon, where we weigh in. And last year we had a good turnout. I think we had about 20 boats involved in it. Would like to increase that number if at all possible.
I'm sure you will, because that was during some COVID time last year as well.
That's right, yes, sir. And of course, if you can contact anyone from Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge, they'd be glad to give you a sponsorship. Our local businesses, we'd love for you to sponsor our bass tournament, and therefore we're able to award these scholarships. Like I say, may be someone come into your place of business over the next couple of months and ask for a sponsor. And if they do, please consider it, because that's what the funding goes for. And the more we take in, the more we try to give out in scholarships. Our goal is, whether we receive anything or not, is to do 4, one at each school.
And those 4 schools are what again now?
That's Childersburg, Sylacauga, Comer, and Fayetteville high schools. And the students do not necessarily have to be graduating seniors from those schools, but such as 2 of our recipients this year, they already enrolled as and are sophomores at the University of Alabama. And so if you graduated from one of those schools and you're in college at the time, our goal is to help pursue higher education for these children, for these young people to pursue higher education. And so we want to help them all we possibly can. And so the more we take in, the more we offer out.
So Milton, help me on this again. How are the potential recipients selected?
There should be forms in all of the high schools guidance counselor's office, and just asking for the petition to or asking for the form to fill out to get qualified for the scholarship. And of course, whenever they do that, they have to show that they have been accepted into a local college, university, or trade school, and have proof of that, and of course have grades to support what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go. And then we take the applications and have a committee of 5 of us that try to review them and pick out the ones that have the best qualifications. And of course, we ask that all the recipients or the people that are requesting a form, that they do an essay. And so get some pretty interesting essays. It's great. I enjoy being on the committee and reading the essays that we get. It's amazing what the young people of this community are pursuing and trying to do. It's great.
We've got a lot of young people in our community that's going to make our community great for many years after we're gone.
That's right. Yes, sir. And we want to help them travel in that direction.
Now, this is not new. You've been guys doing this, what, half a dozen years or so?
Been doing, yes. We've had it started out as our bass tournament and our scholarship awards started out about 6 years ago, and been pursuing that. And I must say, the first year we did it, of course, my mom and dad, Mary and Henry Blakey, were much involved in the Masonic Lodge and Eastern Star. My mom's a member of Eastern Star, and so there was a couple of individuals, and myself included in that, where we sort of named our scholarship after, in remembrance of my mom and dad. And so anyway, it grew from there, and so we've been now it's through our bass tournament and our local Masonic Lodge.
So there's a potential of potential $1,000 scholarship, right?
Potential of $1,000 scholarship, and of course this year we awarded 2 $1,000 scholarships and 1 $500 scholarship. The 2 $1,000 ones were because we get the matching funds from Grand Lodge for $500 on each one of them, which makes us be able to double it.
Yeah. We're talking with Milton Blakey, who is a member of the Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge 929, and their fundraiser coming up in November is a bass tournament, and a lot of people in this area love to fish.
That's right. There's we don't always get all of them at our tournament, but you're right, there is a lot of people that love to fish. If you, on a Saturday morning, if you happen to go by over at Beeswax boat launch, the parking lot will be full of lots of Saturdays. There are a lot of people that love to fish, and we'd like to have you in our tournament.
All right, so if there are fishermen watching from other parts of the state, how do they find out more information? They might like to come in and be a part of that tournament.
Okay, even through Sylacauga Marine, they help sponsor us, and through the Nitro program and Bass Pro program, we have that sponsorship on our flyers and on our banners and so forth. And so if you have questions about it, you can contact Sylacauga Marine if you're a fisherman, or contact the Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge. There's a website for it, just Coosa Valley 929 Masonic Lodge, and you can look that up online and make a contact there, and we'd be glad to get in touch with you and get the necessary forms to you to fill out to be in it, and can pre-register for the tournament by doing that. And just we'd love to have you. If you love to fish and you love to fish tournaments, we'd love to have you on our tournament the first Saturday in November, which is November the 5th this year.
And early November is not usually that cold, so it'd be a good time to fish for sure.
Sir.
And before we go this morning, if people would like more information on Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge 929 and what you guys are about, how do they contact y'all?
Well, they can go online to the Grand Lodge of Alabama, Free and Accepted Masons, and bring up our lodge website that's there through the Grand Lodge. But they can also, any member of the Masonic Lodge that you might know or might see, just feel free to speak to them and ask. I'd be glad to accept calls myself at my personal phone number, and I guess I can give that out.
I guess you can if you'd like, yeah.
My personal number is 256-404-2762, and I'd be glad to talk to you about the bass tournament or the lodge, either one. Just whatever your questions might be, I'd be glad to talk to you about it.
Milton, thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you.
It's always a
Jim
pleasure
Dale.
to see you.
It's
and
a pleasure to see you.
Look forward to working with you guys in the future and promoting young people in our area, and scholarship dollars, and the big bass tournament coming up in early November. Milton Blakey, Coosa Valley Masonic Lodge 929, our guest this morning. We got more to do on Daybreak Live, including Braves highlights and lowlights from yesterday after this.